we kept bringing critical matters to this house. And you did give us audience. We kept raising the matter of the brutality that was occasioned in the Kawempe North by-election. Government kept giving us commitments. I remember the Honorable David Mohozi was here. He gave a response expressing dismay about some of the happenings, beating up of people, journalists, and he promised to investigate and get back to the House. Honorable David Bahati, in the same vein, rose up and said this is wrong. And on behalf of government, he said he's going to follow up. He even said he will visit one journalist who had been brutalized, the one Miracle Ibra. He said government will even take care of the medical bill. And he said he would get back to us. And you, Right Honorable Speaker, tasked government to follow up and get back to the House. Honorable Speaker, the situation only got worse. It's as if the matters that we raised here and the task you gave them was taken for granted. The situation got a lot more precarious. Honorable Speaker, after our candidate in that race, one Luyimbazi Nalukola, was assaulted, our supporters were brutalized, several leaders were brutalized, including on election day. In fact, Honorable Speaker, some of your members here were badly brutalized, still nursing injuries. Journalists were not spared either. They were badly beaten. Others were abducted and taken in drones, only to be dumped later with injuries. Honorable Speaker, can government provide an explanation to this House? Who was responsible for this brutality? We want to know. Because we raised these matters here, the government officials who spoke, they expressed concern and dismay over these particular matters. Can we know who commandeered this? Who commandeered the brutalizing of leaders, citizens, a candidate in a race, journalists, who are simply doing their job? Who is responsible for this? I saw, Right Honorable Speaker, the Prime Minister, Honorable Robin Anabanja, Honorable Misa Kabanda, Honorable Balam, make some remarks out there and say, we as the opposition were responsible. They even made remarks to the effect that we did these things to ourselves, we hurt ourselves, we hurt the journalists and beat them up and so on and so forth. Some ridiculous statements. But it would be important that government, I don't know if that's the position of government, maybe they need to tell us that the statements we had made by the Prime Minister, made by Honorable Mr. Kabanda and Honorable Balam, is that the position of government? That we are the ones who did these things?
Thank you.
Can we know, Right Honorable Speaker? And finally, Right Honorable Speaker, even though those were abducted and later returned, beaten up, the abductions are still on. I'd like to report that one of our coordinators, as a political party, one Bright Muhumuza from Western Uganda, was also abducted last night. We don't know why government continues to do these things. And for me, what hurts me, Right Honorable Speaker, is, and I want to call it pretense, honestly. When some ministers here do rise up and they say, this is bad, this is terrible, it's pretense because nobody is held responsible. It appears that's the position of government. Because if it were not, government should be holding accountable all those who are doing these things. Somebody did say that those who are doing these things are doing them in favor of the opposition, so that we get sympathy. Why do you not take action? How many people have been held responsible for beating leaders, beating supporters in an election, beating up journalists, many of whom are still nursing injuries? Honorable Speaker, we want to know. It's not enough that you keep condemning the few of you who probably want to look good, or in my view, pretend and say that this is bad, we are going to take action. Where is the action? We saw demand, Right Honorable Speaker.
We've had government.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the issue is related. First, the leader of opposition has addressed the issue of brutality. After a by-election, the Honorable Mike Mawanda was declared a winner like today. The following day he was sworn in. Madam Speaker, as the head of this institution, can you get us to know when the Honorable Narukola will be sworn in? The Honorable Mawanda was sworn in 24 hours. He was here.
Honorable
Then
members.
second, if you allow, Madam Speaker, and you answer.
Let me answer that one first. Let me answer that first. When a member wins, I wait for a gazette. When I get a gazette, that's when I swear in the member. So I'm waiting for a gazette. I need to hear from Electoral Commission before I do a gazette. And
Honourable Speaker, we are actually dismayed that up to now the Electoral Commission has not gazetted the person that won the Kawempe North by-election. We did follow up with the Electoral Commission, and they told us that they're still sorting out internal issues. We don't know what that means, because in the past, as we are saying, it's been done in record time, because the Electoral Commission is now funked as official. After they declare a candidate, legally they are funked as official. They no longer have any responsibility. They can't say they're still sorting this out, they're still investigating this, or whatever the case might be. Maybe government, because government supervises the Electoral Commission,
we'll follow up with
can they tell us what has caused the delay? In the past, it would be done very quickly.
Thank you very much, Leader of Opposition. But be patient. You see, the reason I am raising this, Madam, is because the Honorable Mawanda was sworn in 24 hours on record time. And then the issues that Madam Speaker, the Leader of Opposition, has raised.
Can we have some order?
Madam Speaker, I am a journalist. Before I became a politician, I was even covering Parliament here. I don't know, and I intend to bring a motion, Madam Speaker, inviting this Parliament to condemn first the brutality against the media, but also I don't know what we will do to make this government understand that the media goes to cover and give coverage to everybody, including NRM. But I saw ministers walking in 2 polling stations, armored vehicles. I last saw them when the government was battling Konyi. I don't know what was in Kawempe that made the government, including equipment for which they were arresting civilians. They said Dr. Besigye had 1 pistol and he got arrested. Now they got members to go, because the Parliamentary Elections Act doesn't allow even to carry a gun, a simple gun at a polling station, even a simple gun. These vehicles I see with the president, I saw them in Kawempe at polling stations.
Honorable Government.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you, colleagues. On the issues raised by the Leader of Opposition, you were not here last time, but we did report that the journalist was visited, and actually government, according to the CEO of Zambia, has picked up the bill. That is particularly what I committed in the House. Yeah, the first person. Regarding the situation in Kawempe, I'm a bit slightly, I was expecting a slightly different statement from the Leader of Opposition, but now that he has not said it, on the issues that he has raised, His Excellency the President issued a statement regarding the situation in Kawempe, and I'm not adding a word to that.
Honorable members, in the public gallery this afternoon, we have teachers and students from Lopjoel Secondary School, from Kalungu East County. Can I have order? Please stand up and we see you. They are represented by Honorable Katabasi Francis Katongole, Honorable Francis, and Honorable Sekindi Aisha. They are your members of Parliament. Thank you for coming. You're very smart. Thank you for coming to your Parliament. They are here to join the proceedings on this. Honorable members. Yes, Sechi.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I heard the lead of government business telling the House that the President's statement cannot be added or subtracted. But, Right Honourable Speaker, the Constitution is very clear. The mandate of the Electoral Commission is very clear: to organize free and fair elections, to declare the winning candidate, and all the processes. Now, it's not fair to hide behind the President's statement as if the President has taken over the Constitution. It shouldn't have stopped the Electoral Commission from exercising its constitutional mandate by declaring and indeed gazetting a successful candidate. I would therefore wish that this House, Right Honourable Speaker, puts it on record that we are increasingly getting dismayed by the conduct of the Electoral Commission in the affairs of Kawempe North by-elections. And we are disturbed that up to now, the results were declared. What is stopping the Electoral Commission from succeeding and doing its job? Then whoever is aggrieved, there is the legal redress in this country. Madam Speaker, you've been vetting justices of this country. They know very well what course they have to take if they are so aggrieved, if anybody is aggrieved, but not hide behind the President's statement and deny the people of Kawempe North a right for representation. Madam Speaker, as long as I'm here, I feel Parliament should take a note and look with dismay the very bad conduct exhibited by the Electoral Commission. I thank
Honourable members, we will wait for a gazette. It is to my best interest that I have my member in the House. It is to my best interest. Because I want my member in the House, I want the constituents to be represented. So we'll wait for the gazette, and when we receive the gazette, we'll swear in the member. So, Attorney General, you'll need to make a follow-up on that, on what is being raised. I've seen David updating you. Next item.
Honourable Speaker, I think it would be a good thing that Honourable David Bahati clarifies something to this House. He said that the head of state released a statement, he will not add to it. This House does not operate based on rumors. What did the head of state say? Could maybe a statement be laid? Because he is represented here by the lead of government business. So if, because otherwise, as I think now, Honourable David Bahati might be a self-styled lead of government business. But if he was appointed to sit in for the lead of government business, can he then, on behalf of the lead of government business, lay that statement here, so that as Parliament we know, we were raising these issues here in Parliament. It's important that the country gets to know what was said, what action is being taken. Please don't refer us to social media, to I don't know where. We are here as colleagues. Please lay on table.
Well, it was a public statement, and Madam Speaker, I can in a few minutes print it out and lay. Yes.
I will give you time and you bring it. Next item.
Item 3 on the order paper, laying of papers. 3.1, the Local Government Finance Commission Annual Report for the financial year 2023-2024.
Honourable members, Ibrahim, I will give you. Let's first have this one. Honourable members, Section 24.1 of the Local Government Finance Commission Act 2003 requires the Commission to submit to Parliament at least once every year a report of its performance and the functions, making such recommendations as it considers it necessary and containing such information as Parliament may require. The report was brought over to Parliament by the chairperson. I now invite the commissioner, parliamentary commissioner, to lay it on table.
All right, Honorable Speaker. I beg to lay the Local Government Finance Commission Annual Report for Financial Year 2023-2024. I beg to lay.
Thank you. Pursuant to Rule 189A of the Rules of Procedure, the annual report of Local Government Finance Commission stands referred to the Sectoral Committee of Public Service and Local Government. Honorable members, when the Local Government Finance Committee came to lay when they came to bring the report, they had an issue on one, their salary payment, their budget, which we really need to look at. And the law is very clear. Who determines the salaries for that commission? It is Parliament that determines. So we may need to look at that. Local government, Ethel, you may need to look at that. Aren't you local government?
Thank you, Right Honorable. We are going to fully consider it in the Committee of Public Service and Local Government. Right Honorable, when we bring our report, we pray that Parliament considers our recommendations. Thank you.
Thank you. Next. Let me first get this report. I will give you.
Item 3.2.
I'm going to give you. Let me finish this item. Even doctor is seated next to you. Yes?
Item 3.2. Alternative policy statements for the financial year 2025-2026.
Honorable members, Rule 147 of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament requires the shadow cabinet, led by the Leader of Opposition, to submit the policy statements by 27th day of March. However, 27th would fall on a weekend. 29th would fall on a weekend, so we'll now lay on 27th. However, the Leader of Opposition informed us that he's ready, meaning that he's very punctual. He has his very hard-working boy. Now, young man, no, he's my son. Lob, thank you for being hardworking. Now I invite you to ask your shadows to lay.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, as you have clearly stated, Rule 147 requires us, as the opposition, by 29th of every March, to lay alternative ministerial policy statements. You had set a deadline for us as 27th, but we said we are young, we are vibrant, we have got what it takes. We shall hit even that deadline. And we are here today ready, Right Honourable Speaker.
So I'm not wrong to say my young man.
And Right Honourable Speaker, Rule 146 requires that government ministers should lay ministerial policy statements by the 15th day of March of every year. As I speak, Right Honourable Speaker, up to now, there are some ministries that have not provided their ministerial policy statements. I don't know why. Committees are stuck. When some people go to the library, because they laid some things here, I don't know whether they were dummies. They laid here and referred to the library. When people go to the library, they can't access because it is not there. Honourable Speaker, I would like to use this opportunity to call on government, please be active. Take your job seriously and take Parliament seriously. When you come and lay here, and yet you do not, there's nothing available for the committee, that means you, number one, lied to us, but number two, you have not followed the law. The law says by 15th of every March. Can we take our job seriously? The Prime Minister is not here, but now that she delegated the Honourable David Bahati, please, can you whip your members the same way we are doing this side? Let's be serious about our work. Thank you.
Honourable members, I don't know which committees are those that did not get ministerial statements. There are committees that I asked them to bring, the ones who came late. I referred the reports administratively to the committees, unless there is a committee that has not got a report. Which committee? I see the chairman here. Who has not got the report? Finance late.
Right Honourable Speaker,